Patricia. This is my Patricia. Not my Patricia. My persuasive student. Okay, if you had $1,200 in your pocket right now, and maybe some of you do, well, I don't think you'd be here if you did, but what would you want to spend it on? Something fun, right? Maybe pay your rent, buy some food. How many of you thought of using it to buy textbooks or school supplies? Well, that's what the average student spends on textbooks and school supplies every year, according to the College Board. So all of you are currently college students, and I know a lot of you are sophomores or freshmen, so that means you'll be buying a lot of textbooks over the next 4 years, or however many years. As a graduating senior, and soon-to-be graduate student, I understand how difficult it is to acquire all the materials you need to be successful in class. Well, I had a different picture, but anyway. So the picture that I had was a stack of books that I bought for 1 quarter's worth of classes. So I was taking 3 classes that quarter, and I ended up buying 10 books. That ran me around $300. So those books now decorate my bookshelf. At the end of the quarter, I was only able to sell one of them, which was like a political science book. So today I will tell you why college textbooks should be free, and hopefully by the end of my speech, you will agree that the current state of affairs is not what it should be. So I will begin by telling you about the problem. According to the College Board, after financial aid, the average student spends around $2,900 on annual tuition at a 4-year public university. So together with the textbook number I quoted, that puts you at $4,100 that you're spending. And that's only if you're receiving the maximum amount of funding that you can possibly get. This cost puts it all into perspective. With the rising cost of education, who wants to spend that much money on books? The burden really falls on the student to keep up with their classes. Students who do not have financial support from their families are already at a disadvantage, and they're affected twice by this. Once for having to support themselves, and once for the extra financial hardship of the expensive supplies. So an article in The Atlantic cited the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index data, which found that there has been an 812% increase in the course of cost materials since 1978. Publishers always claim that the cost of writing a textbook is astronomical. However, they release new editions every chance that they get. And clearly, it's affecting students very negatively. So newer editions, they only change formatting, correct typographical errors, and make little actual content changes. Publishers keep books on a shelf for average of 3.5 years, and this is down from 5 years, which it used to be, before releasing a new edition. Once the new edition comes out, the old copy really becomes obsolete. A student can't sell it back to the campus bookstore. The only option, they can sell it online, and it's going to be for much less than they purchased it for. According to the Student Public Interest Research Groups, recently publishers have been adding extra materials to drive the price of books up further. Brand new books now come in bundle packs with additional CD-ROMs, workbooks, and sometimes website access. This really drives the price up even more, and there's no option of just buying the textbook separately. Or if there is, it's almost the same price anyway. And they also surveyed 65% of faculty said that they rarely or never use these additional materials anyway. So now that I've told you about the problem, I suggest that free ebooks are the solution. The Association of American Publishers and National Association of College Stores write that the largest portion of a textbook's cost comes due to the paper, printing, and the editorial costs. Online textbooks would eliminate this cost and greatly lower the retail cost of textbooks. In September 2013, Jerry Brown, which is California's governor, signed 2 bills to develop an open textbook project. This plans to write textbooks with funding from nonprofit groups, and they provide online textbooks for free and printed ones at a much lower cost. A USA Today article states that consumer advocates also believe the solution is to expand market for open textbooks. So these are just basically textbooks that are written by faculty and they're peer-reviewed by faculties, just like traditional books, but they're free to download online instantly and typically available for print from $20 to $40. The Chronicle of Higher Education also writes that several major universities, they're already using this system and backing from nonprofit organizations like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to support their free textbook projects. So until these programs become mainstream, there's some stuff you can do as students to keep the costs down. So there's a lot of free open source materials available online already. These are just a few examples. So So Project Gutenberg, it has over 46,000 free ebooks. The iTunes University, if you have Apple products, they have a ton of free lectures, videos, and books on a variety of subjects. And Bookboon is also a website that has free online textbooks. And there's also things teachers can do. So teachers can research the cost of books currently on the market and choose more cost-effective books. They can use older editions of textbooks, which are available used online, much lower price. And they should also be more aware of students purchasing the books online and give them a little more time to acquire them. Another thing is that they can put multiple copies on reserve at the library, which a lot of teachers do at this school. So you can check out the book or just scan it, whatever chapters you need. So by implementing these legislative changes, and as students being more educated consumers, it can help save you money by not spending so much on textbooks until hopefully one day they're free. In closing, college textbooks are a billion-dollar-a-year industry that do not have the student's best interest in mind. With the rising cost of education and the technology we have access to now, textbooks should be free. And that's my presentation.